Pascal Wehrlein is likely to make his race debut for Swiss squad Sauber at this weekend's Bahrain Grand Prix, with the 22-year-old keen to push for a full race distance after a few extra weeks of training. The German Mauritian withdrew from the season-opening Grand Prix in Australia after Friday practice, admitting his fitness wasn't up to the task after his crash in January's Race of Champions and resultant back injury delayed his training for F1's new, tougher, faster cars. Wehrlein was replaced by Ferrari reserve driver Antonio Giovinazzi, who impressed, bringing the car home 12th in Australia with little preparation, though he crashed out dramatically in China. But Wehrlein is keen to get back in the car and measure up against new teammate Marcus Ericsson, especially with Sauber a good step up from his Manor drive last year.
I think in the team there's a spirit like everyone wants to push more and show better performance and do better, and you know, that's great. That's the same spirit I have.
Honda F1 boss Yusuke Hasegawa has admitted the Japanese automotive giant again underestimated the difficulty in closing the performance gap to its rivals this year. "We were thinking too easy, and it was too difficult to achieve the new technology. That was my mistake," Hasegawa said. "We did some good progress in the monocylinder on the dyno, but as soon as we complete the V6 engine, we had many issues." Honda has had a torrid time during its F1 return with McLaren, dropping to 9th in the constructors' standings in 2015, before a recovery to 6th last year, more than doubling its total point score. But the scrapping of the token system that restricted development and a shift to Mercedes-style architecture featuring a split turbo brought much optimism over the off-season.
New engine is much lighter and lower center of gravity, and we can have more power. So that every area, I think we can improve that.
But with the new engine almost 30 kilometers per hour off the pace, Shanghai was a disaster, with both cars retiring. Fernando Alonso with a drive shaft issue, Stoffel van Dorn a fuel problem. An engine update is expected for either Spain or Monaco. Ferrari's new SF70H is proving useful in the hands of its world champion drivers Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen. But it's also been helpful for rival Red Bull Racing, with Daniel Ricciardo admitting in China that onboard video of it and the Mercedes has assisted the team in pinpointing its issues. "We don't have enough rear grip, so downforce basically. But to be honest, I don't know if it is we don't have enough or we haven't set the car up in the right way," he said. Technical gremlins stopped Ricciardo finishing in Australia, his teammate Max Verstappen carrying the team to 5th spot. While in China, Verstappen stormed to the podium, with Ricciardo behind in 4th. Bahrain is this weekend, but more fixes are expected for the Spanish GP, with Renault's engine upgrade scheduled for Canada. Haas driver Romain Grosjean has again stood behind his decision to use a sports psychologist as part of his preparation, and is surprised more F1 drivers still don't follow suit.
We used engineers to set up the car, we used trainers to get our body fit, why wouldn't use psychologists to get our mental side right?
Grand Prix racing is infamous as the only global sport that sees the use of mental coaches as a weakness. But Grosjean has been a modern trailblazer in developing the mental side of his game. The Frenchman first sought professional help in 2012, when his fast but erratic style led to a multiple-car pileup in Belgium and a one-race ban. After seeking help, Grosjean blossomed, scoring 6 podiums with Lotus the next year before the team began its decline. Grosjean switching to Haas from 2016, scoring 29 points for the startup.
It's a big help, you know, when you're in the car. Having the mental side of things makes a huge difference over the lap time, and It could be about the first corner, it could be about the pressure in qualifying, or holding someone behind you, or just feeling great.